Year-old daughter killed by a falling TV. Every 30 minutes, a child is injured that way, and a $5 item can save a life, but it can be hard to find. So the 7 on Your Side team investigates just ahead.
Developing right now, President Trump prompting a legal battle over his travel ban. Tonight, a federal appeals court refused to reinstate the controversial order. It had banned refugees from 7 Muslim-majority countries for 120 days. Trump tweeting tonight, "See you in court." We'll hear from both sides in just a moment.
But first tonight, a 7 on Your Side health alert for you. 80 kids sent home sick from one elementary school. They all reported a severe stomach illness, and this was at Oak Ridge Elementary.
And as our Tim Barber reports, still no word exactly what happened.
Not fun.
That's what kids are saying about a virus that is wreaking havoc on attendance at Oak Ridge Elementary.
We got a note home saying to wash our hands a lot.
Elizabeth and her sister Victoria had the virus, along with nearly 80 other kids. Brianna Smith's kids were also among them.
This is the first time we've had it in about 2 years, so it passed by pretty quickly, so we didn't get it as bad as other people have, so we count our blessings for that one.
Health officials are trying to figure out if the kids have the norovirus or not. Anyone can get it from contaminated surfaces, food, or water. It spreads quickly in closed places such as daycares, cruise ships, and schools.
You just got to sanitize and keep everything clean and keep the kids home when they're sick as much as possible, but it's hard.
According to the CDC, most outbreaks happen between November to April. Norovirus or not, Elizabeth and Victoria have some advice.
It will prevent them from getting sick.
Wash your hands.
Because we don't want to get sick.
Reporting in Arlington, Tim Barber, ABC 7 News.
This just into our ABC 7 newsroom tonight. A Whole Foods store in Northwest Washington shut down. And these are live pictures right now from that store. The health department ordered it to close because it failed to get rid of insects and rodents. Now, this is the location along Wisconsin Avenue. That closure is temporary.
All right, back to the big ruling. A federal appeals court keeps the president's travel ban on hold.
Of course, that is a blow to the White House, but they are vowing to fight back.
Tom Rousey's joining us now live. And Tom, so far, we can tell you this is far from over.
It definitely is. And the president, of course, is vowing to fight on. That said, these judges in this appeals court ruling, well, they said that Trump's attorney failed to show a, quote, likelihood of success as this case moves forward. Now, while President Trump's travel ban was in effect, we saw scenes like this at Dulles Airport as travel was restricted for citizens of 7 countries. We haven't seen such scenes for more than a week. That's because a Washington state judge halted Trump's executive order. Well, tonight's appeals court ruling in California means that halt will continue, at least for now. Tonight we got local reaction. We talked to a Republican board chair who says Trump is well within his rights, and also a local imam who says the temporary travel ban's impact was awful.
And it's way beyond the effect of those who are traveling. It affects their families. It affects their companies. It affects probably 10 to 20 times more people than just the people traveling themselves.
I think that this ruling by the Ninth Circuit will be overturned by the Supreme Court. You have 7 countries where we cannot get reliable information about individuals who are refugees, individuals who want to come into the United States, and that was the basis for the executive order.
And you heard Corey Stewart there say this is headed to the Supreme Court. Most legal experts absolutely agree that that is where the final decision will be made. I'm Tom Rousey, ABC 7 News.
One woman's case is now a rallying cry for immigration activists. Guadalupe Garcia de Reos came to the United States illegally, was arrested in 2013 for using false papers. Immigrations and Customs Enforcement, ICE, had allowed her to check in with them every 2 weeks, but that all changed yesterday. She was arrested and deported under the new tougher stance on illegal immigration.
Seeing my mom in that van, it was really heart-dropping.
We want her back in our arms.
Now, the White House so far is refusing to comment on this case, saying that this was an ICE issue.
All right, the weekend is almost here and a cold start to our Friday, but at least it's going to be Friday, right? Looking at temperatures early on in the lower to middle 20s. Mid-morning will be around 30 degrees, and by late afternoon, added clouds. Daytime highs upper 30s to just around 40. So if you've had it with the cold weather, Yesterday was warm, today cold, tomorrow cold. Well, the weekend has some nice changes on the way, back into the 60s. I'll talk about that, plus looking ahead to next week, coming up in just a few minutes. Jonathan?
All right, Steve, thanks. Quiet tonight compared to this time. We saw snow squalls on our roads during the evening commute. The flurries creating some slippery conditions for some drivers out there, but just like that, the threat of snow has exited, and it might just feel like spring as early as this Sunday.
Okay, well, speaking of snow, right now they are digging out after the Northeast was just slammed with snow. In some places, the snow was falling as fast as 4 inches per hour. Schools were closed, roads were treacherous, travel was halted. More than 3,600 flights were canceled during the height of this storm. Bad timing for one young woman in Connecticut. She was trying to get to the hospital to give birth in the middle of this blizzard.
Yeah, I was screaming, telling them to hurry up, and I thought the baby was coming in the car. My water broke in the car.
Oh, wow. Well, mom and baby are doing well tonight.